sorry. I'm fucking with my mic. What? Why is my mic so loose? Did somebody unscrew my fucking mic? Why is it so loose? Why is it so creaky? What the fuck is happening? Oh my god. This is chaos. We're starting off stream and it's fucking chaos. But also, hi Nick! Hi Glenn! Thank you for the first. How are we doing? It's Pokemon time! It is. I hope we're having a good time. Sorry I'm so late. I, you know, was making dinner. And it took me a little longer to make dinner than I was expecting it to. My dinner was like a 5-part thing. So I had to like bake chicken, but I had to season the chicken first because you can't make chicken without seasoning it first. And then I had to, hold on, let me move my chicken. And then I had to put it in the oven. And then I had to make rice, but you have to wash your rice before you make the rice at least 3 times to make sure the water runs clear. So I had to wash the rice. And then after I washed the rice, I had to make the corn, and I had like whole corn on the cob. So I had to grill that shit. So I had to like oil it up with my hands and like grill that shit. And then when I was done, I had to cut the chicken into cubes. And then I had to stir the rice when it was done. And then I had to like saw the corn off the cob and then mix it with some mayo and some lime and some seasoning, some paprika, a little bit of chili powder, some salt, some pepper, some garlic, some cojita cheese. Stir all that shit up. And then dinner was ready. Oh, and then I had to rinse some beans. I forgot. I had to rinse some beans. So it wasn't a hard meal to make, but there definitely were a lot of steps. Oh. We're just fishing? Huh. Look at that. Rabbit fish. There were just a lot of steps to my generalized cooking. But we're done now. Dinner was delicious. We had a good one. And I'm here now. Hi. What was the dinner? It was an elotes, a chicken and elotes bowl. So I made elotes and some chicken and some rice, and then you just kind of plate the bowl how you want. You can have some cilantro. You can put beans in it. You can put onions in it. You can put sour cream in it, some salsa in it. You can do whatever you want. Let me move my drink a little closer to me. There we go. Alright, last time around, we did not do super great. We actually went down a ladder instead of up a ladder. Yeah, see, we were at 130. We gotta get back to 130. So, wish me luck, fam! Wish me luck, fam-a-lam. I just ate a whole bottle of ketchup. What the fuck? Hold on. Why is the fishing up? Okay, there it goes. Sorry, the fishing was up. Why is that your opening statement? What was my opening statement? Oh, did I drink a whole bottle of ketchup? Because I thought it was funny. Also, hi, Jamal. I thought it was a little hee hee ha ha. You know? How are you, Jamal? If the answer isn't good, I'm gonna cry. Just want to get that out of the way right now. Pretty good? Oh, fuck yeah. Guess who doesn't have to cry today? It's me! Alright. I have no idea what that is, but I'm a basic guy that only makes burritos, tacos, and quesadillas. You don't know what elotes are? Elotes are it's corn and mayonnaise with some seasoning. It's like you take corn and you like kind of like fry it a little bit. That's what elotes is. Alright, we're gonna drop that boy in the deck. We should be good. I spent 40 minutes clocked into work and all I did was eat before clocking out. God, that's the life. I'm from Canada. I barely know anything about Central American or Mexican cooking. Oh, fascinating. So I'm from Tejas. So Tex-Mex is a big thing for us out here. But also, my in-laws are all Hispanic Mexican. Fuck, this is a fucking Flapple deck. Not if I don't let it be a Flapple deck, actually. I've just decided. I need my Umbreon so bad right now. But my in-laws are all Mexican, so I make a lot of stuff that they teach me how to make. Why would you do that? I'm just gonna switch right back. I don't know why, but this game's music reminds me of Raincode. I don't know why either, but I see where you're coming from. For sure. Alright, I want you. And then we're gonna put you on the bottom. I would like to use bounce, however. Is it weird as a Yu-Gi-Oh player that Pokemon the card game makes no sense to me? No, I'm a Pokemon the card game player now, I guess. And Yu-Gi-Oh makes no sense to me. So Gore tried to get me into Yu-Gi-Oh years and years ago. Did you finish Slides of P? No, I haven't even gone back to it yet. Shit. Fuck. Okay. I haven't even got back to Lies of P yet. I can still do this. Oh, that's completely fine. Thank you. Actually, I really needed an Eevee, so... Oh, you're the best. Thank you so much. I really need that Umbreon. Look, as a Yu-Gi-Oh player, this game is way simpler. Yeah, that's so true, though. Okay. God, I hate Dipplin. Dipplin's the fucking worst. But no, I haven't finished Slides of P yet. I am planning on getting back to it though. Maybe tomorrow. This sucks. Alright, first things first. We gotta fucking take out this Dipplin. Shit! You've gotta be fucking with me right now. This... Yeah, you really have to nuke it in one go. This is legitimately the worst. I hate this deck. I legitimately fucking hate this deck. Doesn't fucking help me. Ugh. Is it the opponent's deck? Leafy green control? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. This sucks, man. I hate Applin decks. Jesus, this is such a rough start. They're green with leaves and they are in control of the match. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I fucking hate this deck. Every time I go up against this deck, I'm like, fucking kill me. Because if I don't get the setup I need immediately, I'm fucked. Like, that's it for me. So, yeah, I cannot stand this deck. Yep, and he's setting up that one to evolve that one into a Diplin 2 just to ruin my fucking life. Because Applins take out 2 cards at a time. Yep, see? There we go. There's the second one. No, the only out I'm gonna have for this is gonna be, going Eevee into Umbreon. Or, Houndour into Houndoom, but not EX, just the normal Houndoom. Thank you for the hydrate! I hope you're doing well aside from getting beat by the Apple deck. Ugh. Yeah, I'm tired. I just made dinner. I'm sleepy. I just worked my ass off making dinner, so... Alright. Festival Eve. But thank you for the hydrate. I'm drinking more Dr. Pepper, trying to wake myself up. I feel bad being late for stream, and then today's stream's probably not gonna be super long just because I'm really tired. But I'm doing the best I can, you know? Fucking kill me, dude. So dumb. I'm dead. I'm done for. I'm listening to my own music. Fuck this. Go away. I'm so mad. I'm so pissed off. Actually, like legitimately, I'm so pissed off. I'm so annoyed. Let's get their IP! We're not getting their IP. I'm just gonna let them win. It's all I can do. Ugh. Ugh. This is the worst, gang. Dox all Diplin players. Thumbs down! Thumbs down! I've already lost points! We just started! Someone just kill me. Just take me out. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Maybe we should play the Diplin deck? I refuse to stoop to the level of a Diplin deck player. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Why is this man fucking my ears like I'm a dirty little hoe? That's Sawyer, baby! He has really good music. He's got a great voice, is what it is. Ugh. I don't even know the purpose of that. When am I to be afraid like this? Sawyer gonna get me pregnant? I think he'd be honored. Oh, look at how cute. I'm scared. Why do you have the Yokohama, Japan 2024? Huh? When the song starts fucking you through the screen, I mean, I can go back. Give y'all something nice. That's what y'all would like. Get him, loser for the... Yeah, it is probably the championship deck, which scares me a little bit. I'm gonna be very honest with you. Joyride! On the road. Hi, Morrison! How are you? Are you enjoying your fish? Well, I am mother. Hi, Berkey! Tonight. Bug it up. Here, I'll leave this music like faintly in the background for the YouTube watchers. Hold on. How loud? Yeah, there you go. That's not loud enough to where it's like bad. Actually, that's a rubber ducky. Bitch. Joyride. Hey Peach, have you played The Wolf Among Us? Oh, like the game The Wolf Among Us? Yes. It's been a long time, but yeah, I have played that. It's a great game. I haven't played it in a long time. A cone? Look. Yeah, we played it once a long time ago. Like 2018, 2019. Stream's going good, Morrison. We immediately lost. Fuck! Sorry. Sorry. I'm just immediately mad. It's fine. I'm just mad because I'm losing this one too. I'm losing this one too, and there's nothing I can do about it. I fucking hate it here. I hate it here. This sucks. This is the fucking worst. Someone sedate me! Go to bed. Go to bed. I don't want to hear it. Go to bed. Stay in bed. Stay in bed. Good. Fuck this. Another Bloody Mary. Mariana. Mariana Cross. If you choose to run away with me, I will tickle you internally. And I see nothing wrong. Can we just talk about the line tickle you internally is feral? Like, please don't. You could have worded it any other way, and you chose to word it like that, and I'm scared. Alright, go back to bed, fucker. Stay asleep! Stay asleep! No! I'm fucked. Hey girl, you wanna get some, inside tickles? Like, no! I don't! What the fuck's wrong with you? Why would you say that to me? You go down just like Holy Mary, Mariana, Mariana Cross. Not just another Holy Mary, Mariana, Mariana. You go down just like Holy Mary, Mariana, Mariana Cross. Your beauty never ever scared me. I hate it here! Sorry. Fucking sucks. Fucking sucks! This fucking sucks. Ah! Is it confirmed that this song makes a reference to One Piece? Yeah, probably. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. These fucking decks suck. Yeah, sure, whatever, man. Take the 2 free cards. I fucking hate you. Is Dragapult a basic? No, it's a stage 2. Fucking course it is. You want me to find you a fun meta deck? No, I refuse to be a pussy. Shit out of luck. This song is essentially just what I'm suffering with right now. Wait, 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 you motherfucker. Yeah, meta is for the fucking bitch babies. I refuse to meta. Oh god. Fuck! Indeed. The demon code prevents me from declining a rock-off challenge. I hate this game. I'm the worst. I'm so tired. You must take your sorry ass back to hell. And also you will have to pay our rent. What if I win? You can take these back. No, Eliza P is definitely gonna piss me off if Pokemon's pissing me off today. I make a deck theme like hentai? Oh, relatable. Bitch. Is this standard? Why? He's so much higher than me. Oh my god. Flipper. Flip that coin, you flipper. Maybe Spider-Man could be black, gang. God bless you if you tempt to you. America. Like, anybody who has that Yokohama deck can fucking lick my cunt. Sorry. Yeah. Is that better? Oh, savior, how I played you on repeat in high school. Relatable, honestly. Alright, I forgot you can't do nothing first round. This Dr. Pepper will not save me. But I pray that it will. Hero's Cape. I always forget what the fuck that move does. Oh! Okay. Fuck me. Fuck me, man. What is this deck? Fuck me. We're already dead, gang. We're already dead. We're not doing good, gang. We're already dead. Oh, fuck me, gang. We're not doing good, gang. We're not doing good, gang. We're not doing good, gang. Oh! Cotton Kivy? Cotton Kivy? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Dog Pound. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Arr, arr. Oh! Oh! Oh, I nailed it? Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah! Yeah! Gang. Give me a salute because I don't think we're gonna survive this. So many fucking energies. Thank you, third word. I appreciate you. Oh, maybe I should finish my dinner. What if I just ended stream? 35 minutes. I'm ending it because I've lost 2 games. You. All right. Yeah, I'll take it, I guess. Holy shit. Should I bounce? Oh. We can't end on a loss, Peach. My life is ending on a loss. I'm gonna be so real with you. Return so you can stun him, yeah. That didn't stun him, that just killed him. Oh, we're good. We're so back! We're so back! He's got 12 cards. Why the fuck does he have 12 cards? Oh, gang, I have a strange feeling we might not be so back, actually. Gang, we may not be so back, actually. Done with the it's so over, we're so back. We may not be. I'm back from the ad. Welcome back. This is my music. Ow! Bitch. The fuck? Who just fucking does that? Professor Sada, me. Honestly, never heard anything more relatable. I'm just gonna keep taking all this guy's energies. You've never listened to Vocaloid before? Alright, we're only listening to Vocaloid for the rest of the stream. Hold on. Alright, we're going with the Vocaloid classics. Oh, Miriam. Yeah, this guy's just got Lunatones. Yone. God, this is a live version. If you don't throw a Luca banger in there, baby, I'm using a pre-made playlist. This is not mine. Man, he wants me dead. And he's successful. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's not my playlist! I hear you. However... let me... I can't. Why can't I have Darkrai? Wait, no, give me Darkrai. Why can't I have Darkrai? What the fuck? Why can't I have Darkrai? I don't want that bitch. Give me Darkrai. Okay. Alright. I've been grounded from having Darkrai, apparently. Sucks to be me. Merlin, stop licking that paw, please. Thank you. What the fuck? Damn. Six of them bitches, huh? 6 of them bitches, huh? 7 of them bitches, huh? 8 of them bitches next, perhaps? Jesus. Oh no, we're just gonna drop it on that guy for future reference. Fuck this. Did that cut me off when I did that? I might be cooked. Yeah, gang, I might be cooked. It didn't cut me off. That's really funny, actually. Whoa. You're gonna make me puke. Yeah, I think I might be cooked, gang. I hate to admit defeat so soon. But your girl might be cooked. I know we just heard the song, so we're gonna move on. Oh, there you go, Luca. Bana, 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 bana. Hit it, third word. Just be friends. All we wanna do is just be friends. No time to say goodbye. Just be friends. All we gotta do is just be friends. Just be friends. Just be friends. So glad me and third word don't gotta fucking fight. Oh my god. Oh my god! Kill me! You know what? I'm gonna be toxic. What the fuck are you doing? Thank you for that, Bats Nico. I'm gonna be toxic, because what the fuck is that? Stupid is what it is. Don't what me? I said, bro, what the fuck? And he went, I don't know. So funny. Sorry. Oh my god. This deck's stupid. This fucking guy. This fucking guy. for that last one in there. Oh my god. This is just a sun and moon deck. I'm so fucked. Alright, we're gonna play Toxic now. We're about to play so fucking Toxic. Out of hatred. Go to bed. Go the fuck to bed. Hell yeah, bitch. Go to bed. Man, this is funny until he wins that fucking coin flip, and then I'm so fucked. You know what I mean? This is fun in games until he wins that coin flip. Oh, he's fully healing. He's nervous. Yeah, I can kill him this round. Just don't lose the coin flip. Yeah, right. Why are you owing? What's the O for? What happened? What's about to happen to me? Yeah, he fully healed, yeah. Yeah, Gorb, what do you see in the future? I mean, it's fine. I'm killing him. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. We're both like, yay! I fished Joel. What? You fished what? What the fuck is that? Ah! He just put those bitches back in his deck! Oh! No! Stop it! Don't put those back! Jesus Christ! No! Shit! Fuck me. Fuck! It's Joe over. Oh. Fuck me. Fuck me. Ah! Ah! Oh. Fuck me. I'm about to go down another fucking rank. Man, I know what this man smells like. He has several reticles. No. Gore, we do not need to modify the deck. We are fine. I am lightheaded. Somebody bring out the It's Over, We're So Back chart and put Peach on it. You know what? I'll do that. Beep, boop, boop. Beep, beep, beep. Pick up the Diplin deck. I would rather kill myself. Alright. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, do I want to go first? Yeah, sure. Oh, and you're gonna mulligan me. Just stick your fucking fat cock up my ass while you're at it. Why don't you? Shit. All right. Yeah. Sorry, I like the idea of it being peach. Fish. Oh, it's a Sprigatito deck. Yay, go to sleep. Don't ever wake up. Go to sleep. Don't ever wake up. Boop, boop, boop. This is a beep, beep, beep. Da, 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 da. Ah! Ah! Yeah, that's the plan. Is to commit murder. Please just play a card game, fighting for her life, and we're like, oh, a fish! Truly. Oh, third word, nice sea turtle. It's green, just like this fucker's deck. Ugh, what am I gonna get? What am I gonna get? Ha! Yeah, that's how I feel right now. Boop, boop, boop. The city beep, beep, beep. Ah, ah. Alright. Go to sleep. Damn, this is a banger ass playlist. Don't y'all love when it plays the fucking Vocaloid song that's about a child being sold to pedophiles and essayed and eaten by them? This song's wild, by the way. That's what the song's about. Okay, hold up. I gotta hit it. I don't have a choice. I don't think I can hit it, but we're gonna try. That's how I feel right now. All right. Man, that was so fucking great. I'm so dead, man. Yeah, this song is her apologizing to her assaulters for not being good enough. Glass shatters. Felt like it, honestly. It's a really sad song. What if I... Yeah, Vocaloid songs are fucked. So true. Saying that they're so fucked is so underrated. Because they really are the worst. There's Evan Polka and then that one dog song? Yeah. I love the dog song. I don't know if that's gonna be on here though. So many. Alright. Go mene, watashi to The clapping is me trying not to lose my mind, by the way. Where is the "it's so over, we're so back"? There it is. Y'all, keep an eye on the game. Let me know when I die. Let me know when I lose again. I'm making a "it's so over, we're so back" meme. Shit! I'm losing again. I don't know why I sound surprised. When do I ever win? Life has never let me win. I have literally never in my life been allowed to win. Heads! We're so back. There's no damage counters on this bitch. I could have bounced into Nimble. I should have bounced into Nimble. Everything something goes right, we're so back. Alright, where's the "we're so back"? I actually don't know this song. Alright. I made a bad play. I made a bad play. I'm just bad. Hey, does somebody want to fucking just shoot me in the back of the head? Does somebody just want to fucking just clock me? Please. 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 If you've ever wanted to shoot a streamer, now's your fucking chance, bro. Fucking yay, 50 damage. Just don't miss. No, it's fine if you miss. That means you get to do it again, because I'm just gonna let it happen. Alright, it's on Twitter now. There you go, it's on Twitter now. Have a good time. There you go. Have a good time. Fuck me. When the fuck did this song come out? I've never heard this song before. Shut the fuck up. Have you ever... You ever just wanted to be dead? Because Pokemon the card game is more than happy to help you with that. I know I lose, Gore. I know I lose. Okay, thank God. I used up all my luck yesterday, apparently. Don't bouquet magic me, you queer cat fucker. Stupid fucking cat. Stupid gay ass cat. I hate this queer cat. Oh, great. Cool. I love getting to use a fucking... Shut up. I'm so mad at myself. Am I just too tired to play Pokemon? I lost. Because of fucking bouquet magic. Gang, I've gone down another rank. I've gone down another rank, gang. Win is enough. Enough. Do I like being whipped across the ass with chains and spikes? Why do I still play? I do. What if I... Oh. Goondolf the Savage? Goondolf! Goondolf? Oh my god. If I lose to Goondolf, I quit. If I lose to Goondolf, I will never touch this game again. Nice Mandarin fish. Banger name, to be honest. Yeah, if we lose here, we gotta delete the game. If I lose here, I will show you guys me deleting this game. Because I think losing to Goondolf is where you know that you've done something wrong. You shall not goon! My name is Goondolf the Gay. So fucking stupid. I'm so dumb. Alright. If you lose, you get one bad girl in chat. Fuck that, I'm deleting the whole game. I'm done. We'll play something else. We'll play something that doesn't want to fucking embarrass me publicly. Also, hi Ducky, hi Yigi. 100% a Charizard deck? Oh, it absolutely is. Yeah, you're so right. But I win. I win. I win. Oh god. Good game. Have my rank back. Thanks. God, that hurt. My Mimikyu deck needs work, not gonna lie. I can goon freely now. God. He heard me say I was gonna delete the game and he was like, no. Stay. Sabetta. Oh, that's a cute model. And that's nice. I like that. The Gooner has been defeated. Oh no, you got Mewtwo? You're a Mewtwo girly? Are you built like Mewtwo, ma'am? Ma'am, are we built like Mewtwo, maybe? I'm unwell. I've taken too many losses today. Too many mulligans today. Great, now Goondolf the White Knight will come. He's gonna do what? I hope he doesn't. Why would you not want to take the extra card? Is there ever a situation where you wouldn't want to take the extra card? Like, genuine question. Yeah, she's a Flutter main. As long as Pokemon's in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities except for Midnight Fluttering. I mean, that's fine. Jesus. Yeah, this is a psychic deck. Alright, alright. I think if a girly beats me with a psychic deck. You get to attack if you don't draw? I don't know about that. This Fluttermane is broken as she is in Scarlet Violet. I don't know. I've never really gone against her. Damn, they are filling up that spot with a bunch of bitches. Which is unfortunate. I'm about to body this bitch. Or not, because we are selecting an evolution card. Not this woman playing with a Gardevoir deck and not the fucking guy we thought was. Anyways. I don't know how this deck works, the one that they're using, so I'm not really sure what the right play is, but we're gonna try. Oh, it's a shiny Drifloom! Radiant Green Ninja, huh. Corellias? What are their abilities? Oh, you can draw. That's a card drawing. Okay, I see. What the fuck are these new Vocaloid songs? I don't know these songs. I know this one. Hiding in your Wi-Fi, don't secrets, anyone can find me. Are you a Vocaloid boomer? Yeah. I stopped listening to Vocaloid music like in 2017, 2016, 2015. So I don't know any other songs. Any other new Vocaloid songs. I'm like, what am I listening to? I don't know this new fangled shit. What are we doing? I don't understand. I'm a little confused, but it's fine. I'm fucking Miku, Miku, ooh, ooh. I'm fucking Miku, Miku, ooh, ooh. I'm fucking Miku, Miku, ooh, ooh. You're confused. Rather, I'm confused. What the fuck are these new Vocaloid songs? Make me feel like Superman. Anything you want to. Remember, chat, you can do anything you want. As long as it's not a crime. Oh, what the fuck does that do? Let me see it. No, let me see it. Oh. Okay, so you have to take damage to do that, though. Bold. What's my gen? I was born September 1997. I don't know. That's pre-me, baby. You're older than me, baby. I don't have no idea. Oh! You're not that much older than me. You're older than me by like a year and a half. Don't like freak out. I guess I'll take that. Yes. You're still way too old. That's not that old. Huh? Where can you two let me stay? You're not even 30 yet. What? Oh yeah, I've got bad knees too. I do too. Let me check something real quick. I wonder what is happening in my pussy tonight. Will I be pretty? Will I fuck great? Oh, it's a good song. Insanity feels like floating in the air. Psychopathy. Ah. Sorry, I have not heard this song in Japanese in a minute, so I forgot that this is what it sounds like. How many times can you use this? 3. Okay. Insanity. It is a shiny Gardevoir card. It's really pretty. They are playing the girly deck, and I love that for them. Look, if this gets to be too much, I'm playing Pokerogue. I haven't played Pokerogue in a minute, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, sorry. I dropped my controller. There's no damage counters. Oh, on your Pokemon? So it's 60? I think? I have no idea. I don't know how this deck plays. I don't know how this deck plays. I'm out of Dr. Pepper! Wah, wah, wah. Oh, Merlin, do you want dinner? Do you want to eat dinner, bud? Hold on. I'm gonna feed the dog while it's not my turn. Let me know if I lose again. Alright, I'm back. What'd I miss? What'd I miss? It's fucking, what is happening? I feel like this turn has lasted forever. I'm nervous. Huh? What the fuck? I have no idea what the fuck just happened. I have no idea what the fuck just happened. Somehow we're even, but like, we're not gonna be for very much longer. I know that. This is rough. This is rough, gang. Ah, man. Man. Chat, I want to make merch. Help me design merch. What kind of merch do y'all want? Talk to me. Talk to me, chat. What kind of merch you want? So I can start working on it. Talk to me. Funko Pop! Okay, that might be a little out of my reach. Actually, let me go to the Funko Pop website. Let me see. Funko Pop website. Can I get a jacket of tragedy? Oh, that's totally within my reach. Absolutely. I can work on that. I like fall attire. Okay. Okay, they have a pop yourself section. Oh. Okay, hold on. We'll try this. It could be custom, not official. I want Tragedy's jacket. Okay, I'm gonna be so real. I've been actively trying to do that for a while. A lewd calendar? Oh, I could absolutely do that. I need 12 lewd art pieces. Yeah, that's doable. I could do that. Hold on. Hold on. Let me DMK. Chat's asking for lewd calendar merch. So I might have a job for you. Eyes. Alright, message my resident artist. Chili will see me walk in with my tragedy jacket daily. Alright, I'll try. I'll do my best to get the... I'll do my best to get the jacket perched. There's a theme jacket. I want a varsity style type. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kay's watching Despicable Me 4 right now, so she's not going to respond. But... Tarot cards? I'm still working on those. Gore, those are a work in progress. Don't worry. Those are a work in progress. They're coming. Arrow cards? Like, porn tarot cards? Peach oh woo pin or sticker. Oh, those are easy. I can do that. I've made stickers in the past. I can make those. I can do stickers. Absolutely. Booba mousepad. Of course. Of course. Of course. Yeah. I'll work on that. I don't remember that, no. But it's not a bad idea. Each card corresponds with a sex act or fetish. I don't think that's for me to make. I'm gonna be so real with you. I think that's for somebody else to create. I don't think that's something that, we want me to have. If you know what I mean. How easy are stickers? Pretty easy. My friend Kay, who literally lives like 30 minutes up the road from me, owns a sticker printer machine, and she's also my resident artist, so super easy. I actually have stickers of Peach already that I take with me when I go to conventions. She also sells my stickers on her website, by the way. Hold on, let me see. Is her website still up? Hold on. She's out of the movie. She said the movie was good, Gore. Alright, yeah, she said, lewd calendar can be done. Oh, easy for you? Yeah, no. I quite literally know a person, IRL, that makes it easy for me. That's why it's easy. It's because I quite literally know someone. Which I will admit, very much, it's very much a privilege of mine. 2025 lewd calendar? Absolutely. I lost again. Alright, hold on. If we're gonna work on merch, then we're gonna work on merch. Oh shit, this song slaps. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was gonna ask for help for setting it up. I'm sorry. Okay, so... Hold on. Hold on. Bring out the drawing pad. You gotta draw the merch. Maybe I will. Okay, first of all, Funko Pop thing. So I don't know how this works. Hold on, let me move to just chatting since we're working on some stuff. Okay. Oh. Oh. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I mean, you can make a lewd joke, Yugi. I doubt it'll be too far. Okay. Let's see, what quality can we make? Okay, yeah, no, she's, Kay said she's down, so lewd calendar in the works. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Rendezvous? Rendezvous? So 1, 2, 1, 2. Fascinating. You only need one actual page because it'll be too sticky by the end of the month to be fun anymore. So true, though. I need something with bangs. The Dragon Ball hair? Yeah. Custom Peach Funko Pops? I mean, if I can make one, yeah. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's got braids on the back. That's kind of nice. That's kind of cute. I mean, if I was gonna make, like, custom Peach Funko Pops, I'd actually, like, reach out to the Funko Pop company. You know what I mean? I wouldn't just, like, make it myself. But I am curious to see if I even could make my own character. With just, like, what they have currently going on. Oh, the Bob. Look, Jimmel, if you leave Things will happen without you. Yeah, the answer is no, but I was, It is cool that you can make your own little ones. That's what I'm gonna look like once I get my hair locked, which I should probably do soon. Honestly. Alright, I'll make one that looks like me. Hold on. Yeah, Funko's too weak. But I can make one that looks like me. Like IRL. That's something I can do. Um... I love locks so much. They style so well. I need to get mine done. I haven't had the money or time to go get mine done. But I really want to. So, okay. That jacket comes in multiple colors. The more you know. Oh, it's like superhero? Oh, that's kind of cute. But I also really love locks, and I'm really excited to get mine done. I need to comb out my hair first, though, because my hair's kind of fuckied right now. Oh, I can get myself my phone. I do be carrying around my phone a lot. They don't have a green phone, though. That kind of sucks. Oh, I can carry around a beer? God, make me look like a fucking alcoholic. What is that? Is that like a light stick? Oh, it's an ice cream scoop? Okay. I can carry around a plant, I guess. Bold choice. Pickleball? What is this? Oh, it's a cape. I can wear a cape. Okay. Carry around a computer. Is that me holding the jewelry? Oh, no. It's me wearing the jewelry. I see. Holding a bag. Okay. Fascinating. I mean, looking like an alcoholic is really funny. Give me that moolah, baby. Honestly, probably my phone. I carry my phone around with me all the time. Oh, I can carry two things? My phone and my headphones. Hell yeah. Oh, you can get a pet? What the fuck? That's pretty cute. I don't need one. Why is my fucking flesh? It's me. Tragedy. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna go back to Funko Pop. They have Sesshomaru's mom? Okay, hold on. Yeah, you can make your own custom and then buy it. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Where would I email them about a sponsorship opportunity? Where would I do that? Do they have like a about us? Okay, yeah. Careers, contact us. Okay. Funko support. You just make your design. I don't know if they'd let me do that, honestly. Um what is Project Fred? Hold on. The fuck is Project Fred? Pre-order. Everything else Funko. They make you to play the Funko Pop? Maybe. What is Project Fred? Is that the game? Ooh! Sorry. It scared me. Um... New product suggestions. How can I suggest a product? Okay. Head over, fill out a form. Okay. The form is then collected in a database that lets us know what's trending in pop culture. Submissions are reviewed by our teams and combined with lots of deep thinking and analysis. Is it Project Red the Cyberpunk crew? Maybe. You know what? Why don't I just do this? You don't know what I'm gonna do? You send an official email to the Chili's Corporation and ask them for a sponsorship? Man, I opened my Twitter. If that was porn, that would have been rough. I didn't even think about that. I'm being risky. You gambled with your account right there. Yeah, I sure did. Does Funko Pop not have like an official shit? All right, yeah, there's a notification. Sure is. Well, all right, we'll look into that some more later. All right. Y'all are talking about getting my jacket made. I could do that. Maybe. I'd have to look into it. I've done booba mouse pads in the past, so I could do that. What else could I do? The calendar's gonna happen, so don't worry about that. I don't follow porn accounts. I follow yaoi accounts. Shut the fuck up. Mm. What's that other company that collabs with people? Zoomies? No, not Zoomies. UTs? Tunes? U2s. Thank you. Ah! Hold on. It's Kirby, baby. It's realistic Kirby, baby. Yeah, hold on. I got you. Realistic Kirby going Yiggy's way. Pew! Realistic Kirby in your inbox. Oh, these are good too. Hold on. Oh yeah, those are good too. They look, I know it's just like the from the 3D printer, but god damn, does it make them look glossy. Wow, what else we got in here? Oh, there's like a whole group of them. Look at that. Fucking All Might in there. I don't know what the fuck what is that? What the fuck am I looking at? Look at this one. Look at, oh my god, handsome Squidward. That's humanoid feet. Damn. Oh, wait, here you go. Here you go. We got them listed. We got them listed. All right, what we got? Okay, we got Sleepy Kirby, Normal Kirby, Sitting Kirby, Knife Kirby, Sleeping Kirby. I like Knife Kirby. Wait. I was still looking. Mario Kirby, Muscle Leg Kirby, Piranha Kirby. Muscle Leg Kirby's pretty good. Rocky Suck, Mighty Kirby, Rocky Sit. Suck and Sit. Got it. Super Kirby, Feet Kirby, Bigfoot Kirby, and Handsome Kirby. Okay. Pretty good. Ooh. Okay. Hell yeah. The Rocktopus. Wow. Look at that. The Rocktopus lives. All right, sorry. I got sidetracked. It startled me a little and I got a little sidetracked. We're good. They got Elden Ring U2s. Oh, all right. I see. See, they make U2s for creators. How do I reach out to them about making me a U2s? How do I get that done? Let's see. Yeah, because there's Antrea. There's Zin. Yeah, there's Zin. Oh, that one's actually really cute. Hold on. How much is that? To pre-order? $30. That's not bad. Oh, it's so cute. It's called Gecko Girl. Oh, that's really cute. Yeah, there are two Zins. I saw her announce those the other day. Love that for her, by the way. FAQ? Hmm. Hmm. Contact us? Uh. Well, I feel like all of these companies don't offer me what I'm looking for, which is something for me. This one's really cute too. Colorway Soldier. I like the gecko more, I think. So, to get this, do I have to have them reach out to me? Do I reach out to them? How do I get good enough to be like Garfield Miku? How do I do that? Because that sounds pretty sick. Cinder's got one too. Man, a lot of VTubers have these, more than I realized. You could probably reach out because there's some niche stuff. Yeah, I guess so. Custom commission tragedy shoes and then raffle them off, but I'd want to keep them. All right, hold on. Dave the Diver and My Singing Monsters? Yeah. These are all sold out. Girl DM? Wow. They commissioned 2 pairs. We don't have the money for that. All right, we're gonna hold on. We're gonna hit just chatting for a second because I'm gonna do a little bit of DMing. Look. Oops. Did y'all know I had U2's blocked? Hold on. Um. Hold on. Alright, U2's has officially been messaged. I had them blocked because they kept putting ads on my dash, I think. Oh shit, we're getting One Piece U2's! I block all ads that show up on my Twitter because it frustrates me, and so sometimes I accidentally block like corporations that I actually like am interested in working with. I don't mean to. I don't give it a whole lot of attention, which I should. I should be better about that. No, I had Cheetown blocked too at one point. I unblocked her though because her shit was really funny. I'm better now. Make me merch and I'll unblock you. Speaking of, God, I've got so many messages in my Twitter DMs that I haven't even looked at. I feel bad about it, but like I get so many all the time. And like most of them are just like spam or dick pics. But I don't know, I always feel so bad, but I like don't look at my DMs on Twitter at all. I get so overwhelmed. Like, I shit you not, I've got over 100. Brother, ugh. Yeah, stop sending me dick pics. Fucking weird. I had a viewer that's been watching my streams for like years. Years! And they sent me a dick pic out of the blue one day, and I was like, huh? Huh? And then I stopped opening DMs on Twitter after that. So... Is that a Minecraft guy jerking off on my dashboard? Yeah, see, this is why I got rid of Twitter before I hopped in. What about boob pics? I mean, look, I have to stick with it. If I say no dick, then I have to also say no pussy. I'm sorry, no boob. I respond to all dick pics with a giggle gif. See, but if you do that to the wrong person, then they take it the wrong way. And then it's like, uh-oh, they think I'm flirting with them and I'm not. Yeah, literally, I was like going through my message requests. I shit you not, I was going through my message requests. And I was like, oh, I know this person. That's a longtime viewer. I'm sure they were just trying to send me something to help me out with like a game I'm playing on stream. You know, maybe they don't have Discord and they wanted to like help me out, or they saw something on Twitter and it made them think of me and they wanted me to see it. I'll check it out. And I like opened the message and it was like a photo and the photo was censored. And usually I don't open like the censored photos. Like it automatically censors all photos that you get from people that you aren't following back. But I was like, I'm sure it's something relating to my streams or my content in some way, shape, or form. And I opened it and it was just a penis. And I was like, ah! And I felt a little betrayed. They're still around. I didn't like ban them or anything. It's my first time even bringing up the fact that I opened it. But I was like, ugh. Here we go. Fucking here we go. Okay, let's see. Yeah, who was it? Fess up in chat if you're here. Fucking, why would anybody do that? Who would do that? Jimmel, third word. I love that we're just calling out people in chat at random now. Oh, y'all are feral. Are they even still following me, actually? They still are. I don't think I've seen them in stream in a while, though. They may be embarrassed. She said a long time. I've only been here a few months. I thought you wanted to see Corn Daddy's Corn Daddy. Fuck! Shit! Bitch! Young shot Weston. She's getting really rich. Okay, let's see. I'm looking into some stuff for future commissions. I pinky promise I'm not just sitting here goofing off. Like, I'm chatting with y'all and I'm having a good time with y'all. However, I am also actively doing things for future commissions. Future commissions, future merch. VTuber merch. Do you think Uwu Market would work with me if I reached out to them? I don't really want to reach out to Uwu Market. Not because I have something wrong with them. But just because, like, I feel like sometimes they take more work than they have the ability to keep up with. However, they are the most well-known VTuber merch. So... V-Oshi? What is V-Oshi? Huh. Maybe V-Oshi would be good. What VTubers do they have in here? Anybody I know? Because if so, I'll reach out to them about it. I like doing this kind of shit on stream because I like y'all being a part of it, you know? As much as possible. What about Kawa? Does Kawa do merch? I didn't realize Kawa did merch. I thought they only did merch for their own. Oh yeah, they sure do merch. Maybe Kawa. Maybe Kawa. You make a good point. Alright. They only do merch now since they dissolved their group? Oh, fascinating. Huh. Oh, they did the playmat and card sleeves for Poseidon. That's something I really want to do, is a playmat and card sleeves for y'all. Okay, yeah. Well, then Oh, wow, they're actually located really close to me. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't realize that they... I don't think I realized that they... like... brought down their group like that. I didn't realize they dissolved it. Don't DM them, just show up at their office. I fucking might. What the fuck? Gore, what are you sending me right now? What is this? Gore's sending me Etsy commissions for jackets. And shoes. We need a playmat with you, Noivern, and Houndoom. God, I would love that. Okay, I'll shoot them an email. How about that? I'll shoot Kawa an email. Real quick. Let me move my email over so I can do it from over here. I actually applied for Kawa at one point. I don't know if it's okay for me to say this nowadays, but... Um... A playmat would be cool. Well, it wouldn't be a lewd playmat. I'd probably make it Pokemon related. Um... Okay. Message sent to Kawa. Email sent to Kawa. Alright, let's see. What else can I do? Make a playmat. Someone gets it. Top a major event with it. Show up on the live stream of said event. Promote Peach! Yeah! See? You get it. Good night, Third Word. Thanks for coming. All right, there we go. So went ahead and messaged Kawa. Why is Femboys trending? Let's see. Kawa is actually crowdfunding for card sleeves. I'm gonna go ahead and link that here so y'all can go check that out if you would like. They're actually crowdfunding for card sleeves because they are very expensive and they require you to buy a lot. They essentially said most card game supplies require a high minimum from the manufacturers, so we've set up several stretch goals to unlock over the next month to make the pre-order more worthwhile. If we're able to be successful with these card sleeves, it paves the way for more collabs. So let's see. So all packs will have at least 100 card sleeves in them. And then they are pre-ordering card sleeves. Wow, they actually have quite a few card sleeves already available. I would love to do that. Okay. What else would y'all like to see while I'm sitting here working on it? I'll look into this stuff that Gore sent me later, just because, like, there's a lot there. Let's see. A Peach-themed dice set? I am mutuals with a couple of dice making pages. I'd have to see if that's even something that they would offer. I'd have to look into that and see. But perhaps that's something we might be able to do some point down the line. Let's see. The fuck is Sex Airlines? Sorry, I'm on Steam right now trying to find something. I was looking into something. All right, there we go. Let's see. Okay. If it's a red, black, clear die set with gold numbering and then the D20 your eye in the center. That'd be really cool. I don't know how we'd make that work though. Again, I know some people. I'll have to reach out and see. It sounds like something I would really love, but I'd have to look into it. Let's see. What else? We'll keep digging around. We'll dig around in it for sure. Let's see. Could I custom calendar maker? Holy shit, I can make them in Canva. Create a wall calendar. That's wild. I can actually make my own custom calendar. Yeah, it'll be a lot of trial and error for sure. Huh. Okay. If I made it through Shutterfly, do you think Shutterfly would fucking shoot me out back? Maybe. Like, if I attempted... If I attempted this... Do you think they'd kill me? Wholesale. Print on demand. Oh, there's something literally called the Calendar Company. Wilden. We'll look into this. We'll look into this. All right. We'll look into it. We'll look into it. I think for now, I am really tired. I barely streamed today, but I am so fucking tired for some reason. I don't even know why. Why am I so tired? Probably because I work constantly. I've been working on so much stuff constantly, all the time. But I'm eepy as shit. You know what I mean? Like, for what? House of the Dragons, it's really good. But I don't think the new episode's out yet. I think it's about to be out, like, in like 30 minutes, but it's not out right now. Or it might be out now. I have no idea. But it's been really good. It's quite different from the book, however. So, I don't know. Should I download Roblox? I've never played Roblox. Should I download Roblox? Because, I've never played Roblox, but Ducky really likes Roblox. Maybe. Maybe I should. Welcome back, Gore. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? What happened? Leaves, come back just to fish. God, to be living Gore's life. I emailed a couple people. We were talking about downloading Roblox, but I'm also very tired, so I don't even know if I want to do that or if I just want to go lay in bed. God, why are all of these live? All of these songs are live. But I'm very sleepy. So I might end it here just because I'm so tired. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I'm so tired. So tired. Let me see. Who's streaming right now? You want to spend another 2 hours screaming at Pokemon? Not really, honestly. I'm exhausted. Also, my tummy kind of hurts. I don't know what's wrong with me. As nobody gives a fuck. Let's see. Ah, we'll raid Carius. I like Carius. He's cool, I guess. Ugh, I'm so sleepy. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna raid Carius. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll actually be playing a game tomorrow. That's not just me screaming at Pokemon. But yeah, I'll work on merch stuff tonight. Thank you for giving me ideas for merch. I'll work on it, and I'll get back to y'all about it. Maybe we'll play Roblox tomorrow, maybe. Either way, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Thanks for nutting with me. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Nobody gives a fuck.